Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today's bridal makeup tutorial is going to be a look that I've seen trending a lot, and it's wearing all white with traditional gold eyes and red lips. I've added a twist to the red lips and darkened them to a plum shade to suit this autumnal season. For my foundation, I'm going to use the Queen of Full Coverage Foundation at the drugstore at the moment, which is the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Full Coverage Foundation. Mine is in the shade Sun Beige. I used about 2 pumps and dotted them all over my face. To blend out, I used my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush and blended the foundation in with circular motions. Once I had the perfect full coverage base, I went in on my eyebrows. Using the same foundation and a flat brush, I traced around my eyebrows to carve them into the correct shape first, and then blended out with a small blending brush. I filled in my eyebrows with an eyebrow pomade. Mine is in a dark brown shade, and I filled them in using hair-like strokes. I contoured my face using PS by Primark My Perfect Concealer in the shade Espresso. I swiped the contour stick under my cheekbones, around the tip of my nose, and along my nose bridge as well as under my chin. I then blended everything into my foundation, making sure it's all blended seamlessly. For concealer, I used my Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer in the shade Granola. I applied this under my eyes to highlight, and using a concealer brush, I also brushed this under my cheekbones to define them. Getting my beauty sponge, I went into my face and blended it all gently, pressing the sponge to lift off excess and not trying to move the products around too much. To set everything, I used my Rimmel Match Perfection Loose Face Powder in translucent. Using my sponge, I dabbed a fine veil of powder under my eyes and under my cheekbones. This powder is super fine and will set everything in place without your makeup going cakey. We're going to move on to eyes, and for my transition shade I used the Nip and Fab Neutral Palette, and I dipped into the orange shade. I blended it into my crease, making sure I got a nice warm wash of color going into my brow bone. Next, I dipped into my MUA palette, and this is a really cheap but good palette. I used a wet brush and went into the gold color, and it applied to my eyes like a dream, almost like a beautiful cream metallic eyeshadow. This palette is amazing to use when wet. Taking the black shade, I gently diffused it on the outer corners of my eyes. Using my Bobbi Brown Long Wear Gel Eyeliner and an angled brush, I elongated my eyeliner slightly, just in the outer corners. I then blended it in with some more black eyeshadow to diffuse it further. To finish the eyes, I coated my eyelashes in mascara and stuck on some false eyelashes. To complete my base, I went in with some bronzer, and this one is called Bronze Glow by Primark. I picked this up on my fluffy brush and sweeped it on my cheeks. And because my makeup is only set where I baked, the bronzer grabbed onto the unset parts and created a much more defined contour. For my blush, I used ABH Blush Trio in Pool Party, and I sweep this right above where I put my contour. I felt the contour was a bit too harsh, so to soften it slightly, I used a small, dense concealer brush and tried to buff away the harsh line. And it worked. My contour looked a lot better. For highlighter, I used my Holy Grail Makeup Revolution Sculpt and Glow palette in Savannah Nights. And I applied this highlight a bit lower, so directly on my cheeks. And this is to make my cheeks appear fuller and more rounded. I also sweeped some on my brow bone, inner corner, and forehead, as well as chin for an all-over glow. Using the black eyeshadow I used previously, I shaded in my lower lash line. Now we're gonna move on to lips. For lips, I used lipstick by Revlon in the shade Power Move. And I didn't have a lip liner in this shade, so I used a lip brush to roughly outline my lips before filling them in with the bullet. To top it off, I added a gloss by NARS in the shade Unspeakable, as gloss is trending at the moment and I wanted to make this look a bit more modern. And there we have it. That is the finished look. Please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below, and stay tuned for more videos.